Over the last decade, advances in renewable energy technology have established solar and wind energy as feasible components of the electricity generation and distribution grid. Tens of thousands of American homeowners have already installed solar panels on their property, and renewable energy presence in the electric sector is projected to increase by nearly 12% this year. As awareness for alternative, intermittent renewable energy sources gains traction, it is becoming increasingly necessary to develop a method to incorporate them into a national power grids. In the next 5 years, solar technology is predicted to supply nearly 60% of California's electricity generation during the sunniest part of the day, but 0% throughout the night. Due to the inconsistent nature of renewable energy, integration into a power grid that demands a consistent supply is challenging. Renewable energy sources, such as wind and solar, are a vital part of the transition away from fossil fuels and towards a sustainable energy society. But it is necessary to develop a method to balance the amount of energy generated with the amount of energy being consumed.
So as we increase our reliance on renewables, we're going to need to find a way to manage it. And there will be times, and we've already seen it, where we'll have overgeneration. And when you have overgeneration, you have two options. One is you can curtail the output, which people aren't particularly happy about. And the second is find a place to put the power. That's where energy storage can be helpful.
What energy storage does is allows us to find a better way to make sure that power grid is always available. It gives us a little bit of a buffer, and we can store some electricity in this instant when we might have a little bit more than we need, and we can give it back at a time when we might have a little bit less than we need. So the storage provides a very fast, very instantaneous way of balancing the electricity that we need to consume and the electricity that we need to produce in that instant.
In terms of battery technology, Panasonic has been developing lithium-ion batteries now for more than 40 years. Lithium-ion batteries are renowned for high quality, for reliability, high performance, and most importantly, for safety, even in extreme conditions. For the consumer, we can provide access to clean solar energy during the evening peak and potentially a lower energy bill. For the retailer, we can provide a levelling out of costs and potential competitive advantage with consumers. For the distributor, we can provide a cost-effective alternative to grid infrastructure investments.
A lithium-ion battery, called the Powerwall, has been developed by Tesla, practical mainly as a backup residential power source for homes that rely on solar power. This technology is infinitely scalable, meaning the batteries can be combined repeatedly to create a larger and larger electricity storage unit. And it will have to be if it is to be an institutional scale solution. An efficient lithium-ion battery would allow the storage of excess energy to be used after nightfall or during a stormy day, by essentially shifting the peak solar or wind generation hours to match that of the peak electricity demand hours. Every time a battery is charged and then discharged through use, a certain level of battery life is exhausted due to the electrochemical processes within the battery, causing a small amount of physical damage to be compounded over time. When a battery comes to the point where it needs to be replaced, it can be recycled and the rare metals and other materials can be reused in the development of future batteries. Tesla and its Powerwall represent an important first step in the transition towards a renewable energy grid. Battery technology is integral in developing a balanced supply for the grid, and lithium-ion batteries are currently the best option. Lithium-ion batteries are safer, more efficient, and more reliable than current technology, and with continued technological advances, they will enable us to transition away from fossil fuels and take advantage of the abundant renewable energy sources available.